Join me. We're moving things. No matter the kind of day that I am met with, I meet with myself. And honor with strength. I love me, some of me. Responsible I am for the upkeep of this vessel that is my shrine. Aware I am of all this. When I move, so does the world. My world. Co-creator. I am creating in alignment with I. I reach stretch, I extend, I expand, I am magnificent in my stretch, in my expand. I breathe in love, self-love. I release self-love too. It's this thing that I do. I hear the condition of my entire being speak to me. I'm free to connect with my human vehicle in this kind of way. Good blood flow and circulation is constant in my system. For I move to create the atmosphere that allows for such infusions to take place within my entire being. The more I stretch, the further I expand. The more I stretch and move, the better I feel. Let us honor our vessels, our connection to our vessels, showing it as much love as it needs, wants, desires, deserves. Everything around us is a prop. You are your own prop. If you have a foam roller, I love using full models. Maybe you have one, maybe you don't. I know foam rollers hurt, but for the way that I use them, it's amazing. I'm gonna use this one. I know that this one seems a little scary. You don't have to, but I'm constantly using my body, so I know my pressures, my limits, my hanging thresholds, and that's because I meet and greet and love and dance and move and stretch and honor my vessel that I use to operate quite effectively too. This feels good. Yeah. Twist and bend. It's a massage. Oh, my elbows. My elbows. My fingers. How many of you are artists? How many of you make things with your hands? How many of you use your hands as often as I do? We all do. Numerous reasons, but how many are crafty? And this makes you whatever you make in this world. Not that it defines you, but it's your craft. I tell you how to do body work, energy work. I write. I teach. I make things. I make this. Like you see, I added on. Keep showing you the progress of my personal feather here. Let's make things light for you. If you are new here, welcome. Loosen up. Watch. Do it on your own. Join me. Whatever. This is a healing station, channeling place, alchemize in every single kind of way, whether you choose to stay or go. The alchemy of healing flow is sown into the ethers, etched into the ethers. Go. You have tasted some of this elixir. So, yay to you. Let's make things light. There's a lot of heavy going on, especially now. You know why? Because you're closer than you've ever been before, especially if you are here. Understand that, understand that, understand that. If you are meeting with me and you are actually connecting, it's because your evolution is magnifique. Feel the essence of these vibes alchemizing at this current time. Healing energies of the body. This is an energy of alchemy, ancient, rhythmical, whatever wears your heart. Whatever heavy you feel, throw it into this vortex that heals, for it will be evaporated forever. But you must believe. There's always that mustard seed of a trick of a seed that needs you to muster up the courage to believe in such a thing. Further, the vortex. Oh, believe it won't hit me, for I know better. That your weather, your heavy, is yours to transmute. Once upon a time ago, I wasn't hip to those kind of understandings of energetic comprehensions of boundaries, of lines, of protection, of my own personal abilities. Granted, we are all spiritually inclined and guided by some invisible force of something, whether it be our own inner dialogue that speaks, whether you question it or not, of where this energy is coming from. That's your own evolution. What you believe is now what is attempted to be established. When there's movement, there's clarity. You don't always have to decide something if it's still unclear. But if you want some clarity, here's some juju, my dear. Gets to moving. And if there's something heavy that you carry right now that you want to release, watch me as I speak. Do you see that circle? Now, with clarity, when I mean clarity, what do I mean by clarity? I mean clearly speak your burden as of now. When you speak it, simplify it. So you got a whole paragraph and storyline that you were chatting this time. Let's simplify. Ooh. And if you cannot simplify, throw into this circle of transmutation right now the I release, right? You're throwing into the circle right here. It's here for you, okay? The circle that will take what you throw into it and create the elixir needed for you to receive. Just look at a circle is round, it has no end. That's energy, my friends. So if you're stuck on how to handle, deal, or even convey the heavy that is weighted on you, the stress, pain, the whatever, the fudge that doesn't go away. I don't even know its name. Fine. I release all. Let's be clear. I'm going slower, my dears, and I'm the babbler. Do you hear? I speak fast. I wait for no one. And yet, I'm flowing and allowing for the channeling that goes beyond me. I'm only the communicator, you see. There's nothing special about me. But there's everything special about us. So, this circle. If I did know computer effects and video effects and all that kind of stuff, I would actually edit this to give you the depiction of a animated circle that you can see, because due to our conditioning, we tend to only believe the things that we see. So one of the challenges that we face is executing our own visualizations into manifestation, into creation, because it's not yet made tangible. And so the discipline and the support system that one would want or require or need to guide, to teach, right? The same way that we're conditioned into this land. It's a generational system of command that has long been made established prior to you being born again in this perceived 3D reality, right? Notice, you see I'm still stretching. So stop. We're stretching mind, body, heart, and soul. And if you are here, there is some heavy shit that you need to release. And if it's not easily identifiable for you, I'm helping you to articulate the alchemy of word smiths, spell casting, that you are accountable and responsible for managing. So for example, you have a lot of heavy shit that stems from this life, past lives, other lives, a whole bunch of stuff, and a lot of nonsense going around in your whole life's experience. If you watch any of my past videos, I don't know the names of many of them, and some of them don't have names, okay? And if you ever watch any of those that do not have a title and you watch it, and you took something from it, and whatever, you can help a goddess out by writing in the comments, because I will read them, I will respond, I eventually get there, guys, okay? Especially if you are participating on this channel, which I absolutely love and appreciate, right? Then you would see that in many of my channelings, babblings, I talk about the cycles of things. For all of 2018, 2019, I kept talking about the Ouroboros. You play back those videos that I recorded and how everything comes full circle. So flash forward to 2020, year 4, you reduce 2020 down to one single numerical digit. We're on a 4 vibration. We operate on a 3 vibration, 3D, right? This 3D plane, right? And we are building 4 with the vibration 4, 4, 4, 4, which is solid foundations, right? Establishments. It's like if you see the numerical number 1, all in solidarity, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? 2 equaling 1, right? We have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 ears, 2 eyes, whatever, blah, 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 right? So 2 together make up 1, right? So for me, that's the divine masculine, divine feminine energies existing within us, each and every one of us, uniting, unifying together as one, right? Coming together with another that's outside of ourselves, that is also unified, and establishing with this leveling of unification, right? Something new, right? Right. Right. So if you watch any of those, I'm sorry, I was listening to a lot of things that I'm hearing in the background. So now we flash forward to our now time. And if you see any of those other videos from the old time, I kept saying during the development of that roller coaster ride of 2018, 2019 for many souls, that if you're here, you're one of those souls that have been going through the ringer, right? In various ways, even though things on a evolutionary scale are better for you, right? If you can't change the reality of something, which is the external environment, the 3D, right? I slowed this down for you guys, so if you're not appreciating, you can hop off, and you can come back when you do, right? You went slow because it's a lot to grasp. This is Alchemy 101 on these 3D lands, okay? So, if you see those videos from those times, I kept referencing those you who have been putting in the work behind the scenes, right? That for many of those that were putting in the work, all 100% are putting in the work, some leveling of work, but it's still 50-50. It's split, meaning that some are doing all the work, learning and implementing what they're learning, right, as they're learning it, and further expanding, evolving, unifying themselves. And then there was the other 50-50 that was 50-50. They still complied to certain standards, measures, ways of being on this world, in this world, and maybe still half-stepping certain kind of things, and therefore, I want to use the right wording, not as advanced in eliminating a lot of the external influence of nonsense that affects them, if that makes any sense. So there were many people that I have given readings to, right? I give readings to people all over the world. I've been doing this for over 30 years, okay? And there were people that I gave readings to. Most of the people that I do give readings to, they come back. I establish a relationship with them in terms of intuitive guidance, right? Right. So there were many, right, that during the 2018, 2019 time, when they met with me, were given the entire rundown of the type of things that were being asked of them to do. And that was a challenge for them too at that time, right? So, I'm using this as an example. So, they developed their spirituality, still, they continued it, right? By doing the other steps that weren't much of a sacrifice. And I'm not saying that that makes it any less good, right? But I'm just talking about, like, if, let's say, for example, they were trying to meditate more daily, do more nature kind of stuff, or meet with spirit more, commune, write in their journals more, or things like that, they did that. But in terms of the shadow elements of setting healthy boundaries, or releasing toxic people, places, things from their lives, right? Or accepting certain scenarios as they were instead of seeing them as they wanted to see them, right? And in hopes that their greatness would be such an influencer to the people, places, things that they didn't want to let go of or acknowledge in terms of the toxicities that it was bringing into their own energetic fields, that kind of thing, for real. Or just still, like, let's say, people pleasing, right? Because one doesn't want to be looked at a type of way, and so they still continued in that kind of sway of things, or, didn't do their part in terms of that, right? Flash forward 2020, they're all booking with me, but this time in emergency kind of state. I don't want to say emergency state, but it is, because it's a tower moment. So in immediately speaking with those particular individuals, right, I received instantly that the shadow work that was asked of them from 2018 to 2019 to start doing, right, they didn't. Right? Because had they did, I'm not saying that their tower moment that is hitting now would have never occurred, but in the severity of the occurrence, no. Right? And so now, in the realization of the aftermath of that, they're putting in double work now. Right? Right. 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 One second. Forgive me, but I am learning to pause so that I can complete the channelings that I receive, or the messages, whatever it is that I'm sharing. Because this is all a development for each and every one of us, even me. I'm learning to be present during this kind of filtering, and less airhead about the experience because of its uncomfortability and uniqueness, because the articulation that's being asked of me or guided through me to convey, has also elevated in terms of further expanding the knowledge being shared in a I don't want to say structured, I don't want to say systematic, I don't want to say bulleted kind of expression, but just how, if you've watched my channel and its evolution, you know, part of me just babbling is to allow for the channeling to come without much interference from the human who doesn't want to do it, who's uncomfortable doing it. So these last couple of years with me starting my YouTube channel, okay, my resistance and my videos up until this year all carry the energy of the human not feeling comfortable recording and therefore allowing the recording, the channeling, after much resistance, but not being able to participate in it because it's just weird and it's intimate and it's personal and it's different. So because of my consistency in doing it anyways, without my realizing or without understanding how it was all going to transpire and take place, even though it took years, okay, for me to feel this leveling of, hey, Corn, say whatever, are you there, that kind of thing. That's new. That is so new. So now in that newness, because I created that bridge, that rainbow bridge of expansion to now unify and take place, the learning that I am always going to be doing, right, is now in developing clearer, complete channelings and videos with information at least finishing what I started saying, or something like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because I always go back and forth. I'm always going to go back and forth. I'm a run-on sentence, period. Like, in that kind of channeling, babbling kind of thing. So I know that this started off as a stretch, but whatever. It is what it is. It's an intimate kind of thing. I said I was going to be much more intimate on my channel, and this is me being freaking as intimate as can be, because this is reality. I'm not trying to put on a show for anybody. I'm here to help you the way I feel guided to help you, but in return it's helping me too. And there's nothing that I'm helping with that doesn't help me, right? But it's about the discovery of that with myself. What is it that I feel guided to do? I move, I dance, I stretch, I expand, I channel, I teach, I heal, I release, I inspire, I am a muse. I am a living muse. Everyone that I work with, past, present, future, creates more. When anyone ever is in my energetic field, they feel inspiration for real. for so long, I didn't acknowledge that for me and the influence that my energy brings. And so today, in a new space of evolution that is I'm able to come here with a different, evolved state of mind, body, heart, and soul that now allows me to participate whole in a new way that is still a learning experience for me. Right? Going back to this. Why did I go so deep into the explanation of this? Because our conditioning is rooted so deep that if we don't take the time to pick apart the layers and see them for what they are, you don't need to react to what is. What you want to find is your truth in what is and what that is for you. Right? That goes back to the whole concept of understanding, overstanding. We come into a world under a system. So, that's understanding. I understand the laws. I understand subjects. I understand words, definitions, meanings, this, that. Understand. It's understanding something that is constructed, built, made. Okay. In this realm of existence for right now, let's not go back into past lives or any kind of influence you may have had in another human vessel that you may have occupied in another time span or place of being, and the influence that you have created in the histories of time that have influenced current times. We're not talking about that. Too much. All we have is the now that you are conscious and awakened to. And that's it. That's your now. Wherever your consciousness is right now, that's your now.
What do you mean? You mean to tell me that if I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about 1991, then I'm time traveling and in my past? Right. Something like that. Right? But still, look at the traveler traveling to you in your now time. Not the time that you were a mermaid in Atlantis. Not the time that you started a war in BC. Not the time that you were in ancient Egypt creating these things. Right? No. You're now time. So, when you come into this realm, you are conditioned to learn